Mamas who have a child who is nonverbal, non-speaking, delayed speech, and if you're in ABA therapy, occupational therapy, or speech therapy, I really want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say. If you are a mama who is praying, hoping, and crying to hear your sweet little kiddo say mama or say any word, I want you to understand that even though you may be doing all the things and teaching them all the things, and ABA and therapy are trying to teach from the outside, your child's brain may not be capable of receiving that information. And then you get really frustrated because you're really not seeing much progress. You're doing all this external work, but if your child's brain is not capable of receiving and perceiving and processing the things that you are doing from the outside in, it's going to be a little bit difficult. I'm Christina, I'm Inflammation Mama. I'm here to share all that I know about neurodivergent brains and all the things that we can do to hopefully see some pretty significant change with our kiddos, or improvement, or just supporting their little bodies, whatever that looks like for them. Okay, so it's about our cells. Their cells need to be healthy. Their cells need to be strong so that their body and their brain can fire and wire to then perceive and do, right? A lot of these kids, you maybe have heard something called pruning. A lot of these kids have even more neurological pathways than a neurotypical, and that is going to take more mitochondria. Some people look at that having pruning or having more of these neural pathways potentially an issue, but actually what it means is that you need more mitochondria, more healthy mitochondria, so that it gives the energy to all of these extra neural pathways to do the things that your cells need to do, to give your muscles the energy to move the cheeks and the tongue to move the tongue, and to process the firing and the wiring from a thought to the mouth. So how do we take care of the cells? We need the cells. Every single child is completely unique. Their insides, their environment, their birth, their life, everything is completely different. And you have autism, and then you have the biomedical issues that come along with it that make the very difficult symptoms that make autism difficult for life. We're not talking about a neurotype that makes somebody brilliant and amazing that these kids are. I'm talking more about all of the symptoms that can come along with autism that make it more difficult for the child and the family. But regardless of the level of diagnosis, helping our cells will help have a domino effect on the rest of our body. So if you think about our cells and the firing and the wiring and all the energy it takes for these cells to do that, well, why aren't their bodies doing that properly from the jump? Okay, so a lot of autistic children or people, it's called, they have more pathways, right? And number one, this contributes to them being potentially brilliant and this amazing, special human being, which is a gift. But we need more mitochondria to feed those extra pathways. And our bodies are overloaded with toxins from birth, from mom, and then continued from life, genetically. They're born with mutations that the body doesn't detox very well. That breaks down the cell membrane and then attacks the mitochondria, and the mitochondria are weak and can't provide the input that the brain needs to do the muscular things of talking or to fire and wire correctly. I hope this makes sense. So some of the things, what can we do? Some of the things that you can do are all the basic things. Trying to get as much nutrients into their diet. I know they're very picky eaters a lot of the time, but trying to get as much nutrients as you can. Sunlight, grounding, red light therapy. There's a lot, movement, gentle parenting, all the support we can possibly give our kids. And then there's detoxes, right, to get rid of the heavy metals, to get rid of the glyphosate, to get rid of the mold, to get rid of the candida that could be triggering your particular child to have worsening symptoms. So, my greatest recommendation to you are these two things. This is majorly the detoxer and this is the healer, okay? These work at the cellular level. They're not supplements. You are supporting the body's pathways that we already have, that we're already born with. This is not abnormal to the body. This is not foreign to the body. This is not a detox where you're coming in and pulling out, where it's not something that you're born with. This is supporting pathways of our cells that our body is already doing. You cannot give too much. You cannot give too little. There are no side effects. There are no contraindications other than listening to your child and what is best for them, okay? But these two things to work on the cellular health is incredible. They are in the link in my bio. Go to my page. There's a link. It says solo.2 Inflammation Mama. It is the first. I have a free guide. Then I have immune modulators. These: oxidative stress, cellular health, mitochondria, glutathione production, stem cell stimulation. Your body doing the work. It's freaking incredible. Then, when the cells are healthier, the ABA, the OT, the PT, all the learning can happen. So, if you have a kiddo who's nonverbal, non-speaking, delayed speech, I cannot recommend to you enough to work on the cellular health with all the things I'm talking about. You can also check out my free guide to give a lot of tools there. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys have an amazing Friday. Please drop all of your questions below. I am an open book. I will help in any way that I can. Have a good day.